After more than 22 years working as a police officer, you respond to thousands of calls. Most of them you forget about pretty quickly. But every once in a while, a call comes in that you remember for the rest of your career. One afternoon, we got a 911 call about a man standing on the edge of a 20-story building, holding a knife. And the building wasn't even finished yet. Dispatch told us a construction worker had called 911. He said there was a man on the roof of a high-rise building that was still under construction. No safety rails, no barriers, just concrete, and a 20-story drop. And the man was standing right on the edge. When we got closer, dispatch updated us again. He's holding a knife. Now the situation got a lot more complicated. Normally in a building that tall, you'd take the elevator up. But remember, this building wasn't finished yet. There were no elevators running, so the only way up was the stairs. 20 stories. By the time we started climbing, we already knew this situation could go bad in a lot of different ways. If he slipped, he could fall. If he panicked, he could jump. And now we knew he had a knife. After what felt like the longest stair climb of my life, we finally made it to the roof. The wind hit us immediately. Rain was starting to come down, and the weather was getting worse. And there he was, standing right at the edge of the building, 20 stories up, holding a knife, looking down at the street below. Situations like this are incredibly complicated. You have to think about every possible outcome. If we used a taser, he might fall backwards off the building. If he suddenly ran toward us with the knife and force had to be used, he could still fall off the edge. Even the weather was working against us. The roof was getting wet. One slip could mean a 20-story fall. So the only real option we had was communication. We kept our distance and started talking to him. Slowly, calmly. We asked him his name, asked what was going on, asked how we could help. Minutes passed, then more minutes, then half an hour. At that height, with the wind and rain starting to pick up, every minute felt like an hour. And the entire time, we had another problem in the back of our minds. If something went wrong and we needed backup officers or paramedics, they would have to climb all 20 floors too. After almost an hour of talking, something finally changed. His posture softened. The knife lowered slightly. You could see the tension starting to break. We kept talking, encouraging him to step away from the edge. Eventually, he took a step back, then another, then he finally dropped the knife. That moment was a huge relief. We secured the knife and made sure he was safe. At that point, the priority was getting him the help he needed. He was taken to the hospital so professionals could take care of him. But the call still wasn't over, because we still had one more challenge. Walking 20 stories back down, after climbing all the way up. Policing isn't always car chases and dramatic arrests. Sometimes it's about patience, communication, and keeping someone safe on the worst day of their life. And after more than 2 decades on the job, that call is still one I'll never forget.